Welcome to Quran Stories Animated. In every episode, we share the timeless lessons of the Holy Quran, the stories of prophets, their trials and patience, their faith and obedience to Allah. These stories guide us, inspire us, and remind us of Allah's wisdom and mercy. Join us as we bring the words of the Quran to life. Musa spoke to his people in the desert. He said, "O my people, enter the holy land which Allah has written for you." The people stood in silence, afraid and uncertain. They looked toward the mountains in the distance. Some said, "There are strong people living there." Others lowered their heads and murmured in fear. Two believers among them spoke with faith. They said, "Enter by the gate, for Allah is with you." Their words were calm, but few listened. Musa's heart grew heavy with sorrow. He raised his hands and prayed for strength. He said, "O my Lord, I have power only over myself and my brother. Separate us from the disobedient people." Allah revealed, "This land is forbidden to them for 40 years. They will wander in the desert, lost and humbled." Musa accepted Allah's decree with patience. He turned to his people and guided them again. They walked under the hot sun, their hearts weary. The sand stretched endlessly before them. Their faith was tested once more. Days turned into months as they wandered. Children grew, elders passed away. Tents were set up each night beneath the stars. The people shared what little food they had. Allah sent clouds to shade them from the heat. He sent down manna and quails for their sustenance. They ate and drank by His mercy. Yet some hearts still doubted and complained. Musa reminded them, "Be grateful to your Lord," he said. "Do not return to disbelief after being saved." At times, thirst struck them in the desert. Musa struck the rock with his staff. 12 springs burst forth by Allah's command. Each tribe drank from its own stream. Children played beside the flowing water. The people rejoiced at the mercy of Allah. The desert bloomed for a brief moment. Musa watched them with gratitude. He said, "My Lord is most merciful." The night sky shimmered with peace. Years passed, and the people grew strong again. Musa continued to teach them the laws of Allah. He reminded them of their covenant. But still, arrogance remained in some hearts. They said, "O Musa, we will not enter until they leave." Musa's patience was tested once more. He prayed for forgiveness for his people. Allah accepted his prayer with mercy. He gave them guidance and unity again. Hope returned to the wandering nation. When the sun set each day, Musa sat in reflection. He remembered his trials and Allah's help. His face was calm, lit by the glow of faith. The desert wind moved softly through the tents. He thanked Allah for every hardship and gift. Children gathered to hear his stories. He told them about patience and trust. Their eyes shone with curiosity and hope. The camp glowed with the warmth of faith. Musa smiled, knowing Allah was near. The years of wandering came to an end. The people stood at the border of the Holy Land. They saw the mountains glowing in the sunlight. Their hearts trembled with awe. Musa stood before them, older and wiser. His eyes were filled with peace and gratitude. He said, Obey Allah, and you will prosper. Do not turn away again. They bowed their heads in promise. The journey had changed their hearts. Musa walked alone to a quiet hill. He looked upon the land from afar. He said, "My Lord, I see what you promised." He raised his hands and prayed. The wind carried his words gently. Allah called him back with mercy. Peace descended upon the desert. The people remembered him with love. His legacy lived through faith and obedience. The story of Musa became a light for generations. Thank you for watching Quran Stories. The stories of the Holy Quran are lessons for all time about faith, patience, and guidance. We hope this story inspired you and reminded you of Allah's wisdom. Subscribe and continue with us as we share more timeless lessons from the Holy Quran.